Hi people, this is Gio of Aroundtable in Gio's Real World, and today will be Hulk from 1 to 14. I read all of them. It's from Donny Gates and Ryan Otley, if I pronounce it right. And Donny Gates is the writer, and Ryan Otley has been the writer, the artist. Forget about it. Very, very talented, okay? So this to me is the comic book that we're talking about. I'll have one of the issue over here. Okay, I have the best one over here. This is with Titan there. So this is the one we're talking about, okay? And the whole thing is about where the Hulk is Starship Hulk kind of sense. So I was like to me it's like okay maybe I bought it then I just read it right now okay. It's a refreshing direction from all the Hulk other kind of stuff, and I like when Hulk did the different direction. A couple of times with this creative team that they do things with the Hulk is like oh okay this is great, this is like Immortal Hulk and this kind of thing. I liked it, it went. I really enjoyed this comic book. Okay, and to me, it started like I go, okay, these guys are stealing ideas from Inside Out, from that comic book the movie there, which oh damn, Pixar thing who did the story, the company, whatever. So it reminds me of Inside Out. The Inside Out with the emotions of the person's brain inside and all the computer. That to me is like this guy got his idea from this thing over there. So it's kind of situated like that. There's a lot of you start reading it, and of course I binge read, and there's a lot of questions into the storyline. You're reading it and you're like, okay, I don't get it. How did you do this suit? Who did this? Who did this? But at the end of 14, all the answers, whatever which questions you were asking yourself, it gets resolved by 14th. Which I'm like, wow, that's why that's one thing I liked about it. Almost like a mini series kind of sense, or maxi series to be precise. So Dr. Banner, he's the brain of the Starship Hulk. He's the pilot, and then he has a gauge control, which is in a room where the Hawk is absence of energy, whatever you want to call it, and he fuels the Hawk ship there, kind of sense, and it goes from 1 to 9 that he has it. But at a certain point, when Titan takes over, he breaks it, so it goes into question period. And 9, think of it, he's fighting like in that zone kind of. He's fighting Galacticus, Thanos, all the big gods and all the kind of things, the big guys. So very incredible. And when it broke down and everything, that's when he was on Planet Hawk in a sense, which is a Gamma Sun, and then they play Goofball with and Pave is one of the guys who's also breaking and Goofball is really created by a satellite or a planet. Well, I don't think it's as big as the Earth, and they downsize it to the core and they play with that to show how heavy and dense it is. So and then there's also Leonardo Sampson in there, who's in the mind of the Hulk as a psychologist, and then later on you see him as the Green Sasquatch there. Doctor Strange appears in the last 2-3 series to help them out and they find out that's Despair who's more than that, but he's just a servant, and so he has a master. Now here's the thing, and also there's a Doctor Banner from a certain planet zone where his father-in-law, whatever, President Thunderbolt Ross, he's the president, and then in there they use bombs because in there he never became the Hulk, so the gamma bombs end up becoming weapons of mass destruction, and then when they used it wherever the situation was, some Hawks were appearing, right? And they all didn't look like the Hawk kind of sense. So they were dumped in this planet, which is called Hawk World, example, okay? And in there, when I seen the first person, I seen this woman who's purplish, and her name is Mama Lith. I go, okay, she's evil because she has a horn. You don't ever judge a book by its cover. Well, damn, I was the guilty one right there. So I thought she was guilty, had bad intentions for the Hulk and everything. Because in the city, you see a big statue of the Hulk. I go, what's the intention? Goes, what's their purpose and everything? Ends up being I was completely wrong. She was an amazing person. I mean, she was all there for Bruce Banner or the Hulk, how you want to prefer it. Even though some suggestions she made it worse, but not unintentionally there. And then a certain part in the series, you have the crossover with Thor, which Thor ends up becoming Thor Hawk, and Hawk becomes Almighty Thor as a Hulk kind of sense. So it's pretty good. But here's the thing: from 1 to 14, there's two big questions that lingers in me. One, when the armor of the Hulk, which becomes like Thor, he had armor, right, of Thor. Well, they put it in the trophy room, and it lights up. One eye it lights up reddish. Why? We don't know. And then the last page of 14, you see this dead life form where one red eye it comes like a gem. It falls down, which I have no idea who this is. I thought it was the Spirit, but it can't be him because he's supposed to still have his costume, for his clothing kind of sense. It can't be Titan because Titan wasn't that big. He was that small or whatever. Then you see this door opened, and this green energy come out, and it looks like a baby leader, like the leader of the Hawks one's biggest foe, but baby version. Now I go, maybe it's one like when you have a multiple personality, and certain personality comes up to protect you from certain things from your past, and this and that, that's how much multiple personality comes out of your system. I go, maybe this is a multiple personality that came out of him whenever his father was crazy, beating up his mother and him and this and that, and he became the tougher person. Or is this a gamma universe, and this guy, this baby leader lookalike kind of sense, is a god kind of sense because he was able to be Titan, or is he Titan, or he created Titan, or like example, is he the essence that he went into Titan to become Titan kind of sense? We don't know. So it ends there. So whenever these creative team come back again, I'm gonna buy it when it comes to series. So I'm still continuing now with the Hog there. So for me, it was a good read. It was not bad. It's like sometimes when you see me bashing comic books because you see where it is, it's far from reality. But this is like I thought it would be Looney Toony. And the Thor, oh yeah, sure, in the Thor and the Hawk fights, there was also celestial Iron Man kind of sense, and he gets destroyed from the Hawk because he fires gamma energy from his eyes. So the whole thing with the Battleship Hawk is how powerful the Hawk can become. But the thing is, when he fought Thor, it's like, okay, I'm going to find out who it is. But then they already did a great job. He vice versa, the Thor became the Hawk, and the Hawk became Thor. So Thor and the Hawk, Thor kind of sense. He had, which is Bruce Banner there, he had to fight nicely to make Thor a living because in it, the hammer he had is Odin in there. So he couldn't backstab Odin because then he got saying, So overall, it's a great read. I really enjoyed this read. Like whatever money I spent, I'm like, yeah, I got my money's worth, and that's it. Yeah, and it's like I just said, it's not a kid read. It's a comic book and a nice. It's okay. It's a comic book Star Trek version kind of sense, with a little bit of Star Wars. Not too much because then after I'll say okay. So that's it. It was worth it. I enjoyed it very much. So that's it. So go out, subscribe, put your likes, give me your comments. Be nice with the comments because I have my inside out. Yes, go see what it is there. And that's it. So go out. Bye, guys.